Hi everyone and welcome to Rufus and Doofus. My name's Chico and I'll be your host today. Today in the mail we got our uh, stay longer or whatever the hell it's called to convert our propane system so that we can add on a 20-pound tank if we're camped somewheres and we don't want to move the entire rig if we're nice and comfortable. No need to move the rig to get propane anymore. We can fill up a 20-pound tank and just hook it right into the system and we're good to go. So I just got it, Amazon, and we're going to open it up. I haven't even opened it up. I was waiting to show it to you guys. So take our handy dandy knife there, and we're breaking the seal for the first time. Whatever's in here, I'm going to see it, and you're going to see it with me at the same time. Okay. Well, it's packed well. Ooh. I remember the little bubbles. I liked them better because you could pop them. We'll hold on to that in case we got to send it back. Okay, big box with a little box inside of it. We'll get that out of the way. Little air pillows over there, and here it is, made by Olympian, and it's a 4-port propane tee with 12-foot and 5-foot hoses, mounts inline on the motorhome. This should be a real simple install. I've read some good things about these. I've read some bad things about them. Some people complain they don't work well. I think that might have to do with all the safety crap that's built into the new propane tanks, the ones, the 20-pounder that you go get filled up. You have to open that valve very slowly. Otherwise, the propane will not flow. The other thing is that if your propane tank in the motorhome is empty, that can cause some problems too. You need enough pressure to get this thing to work correctly. So I'm going to see if those gripes that I read about were legit or not. If it works for me, great. If it doesn't, well, then we send it back. So it says Camco RV, hook up any auxiliary propane tank and add an extra an extra propane appliance. Connect a grill, a camp stove, a lantern, etc. And the instructions look pretty easy here. Permanently installed between a gas supply and regulator on a Class A motorhome to hook up an auxiliary propane cylinder and add an extra propane appliance. Port A, excess flow, soft nose, POL, connects to the motorhome's permanent propane supply. Port B, female, POL, connects to motorhome's propane regulator. And port C is a 1-inch -20 male throwaway cylinder thread, connects to an appliance using included 12-foot propane extension hose. Male throwaway cylinder thread. I have to look at that. Oh, okay, I get it. Male throwaway cylinder thread. They're talking about those little tiny tanks that for camp stove and such, that you screw on, and when you're done with them, you toss them. And I also read somewhere where you can fill those up off of a 20-pounder. So, okay, that made sense. And then port D is a 1/4-inch inverted flare, connects auxiliary propane cylinder using included 5-foot propane extension hose. That's the one that we're more interested in. That's where we're going to go from the tank, portable tank, 20-pounder, to the motorhome. And if a 20-pounder works there, then obviously you can get a bigger tank if you want to, for whatever reason. But a 20-pounder is easy to handle. Otherwise, we defeat the purpose of the whole thing. So it looks pretty easy to install. And let's open up the rest of the package here. I want to do it so I don't destroy it in case I have to send it back. What do you know? I think we're going to actually be able to open this without killing the package, I hope. Of course, I might cut myself. Oop, there it goes. Okay. Bingo. Handy dandy instructions. One big mother rubber band. I wonder what kind of uses we can find for that rubber band. Somebody with a lot of hair. Not me. Okay, here's one of those twisties that you find on a bread bag, which is always a pain in the ass. Have you ever put your twisties back on a bag? I never do. I just can't understand why people would put the twisty back on. I had a girlfriend that used to do that. Drive me out of my mind. Of course, I used to do things that drove her out of her mind. Oh well. Okay, so this is the part that goes on to the auxiliary, or not auxiliary, but the throwaway can. That's going to be a pain in the ass to get out of there. Okay, we'll get that out later. No, this is the one that goes on to the 20-pounder. And this is our valve that we just put into the system and hook everything up with. Very simple. Very, very simple assembly. Yeah. And it says here, a backup wrench must be used when loosening or tightening a connection. Check all connections with leak detector. I don't have any leak detector, but we're going to get something. Maybe some, I think all that leak detector is soap and water. So, that's that. And then we have our other hose here. This is the one that goes to the accessories, such as a camper lantern or a little stove. And you can see it's got the throwaway connections here, the same thing that's on those throwaways. So that's going to be nice. Obviously, we won't be able to run our big gas grills off of it, but who knows? Maybe they make an adapter to do that too. And I don't think I'm going to unwind this one. Well, I should, just to show you guys, right? Yeah. Otherwise, I'll hear about it. I know I will. Especially from one friend of mine who comments on there. And he's nice enough to point out all my shortfalls, and I do appreciate it. So I hope he continues to do that for me. He lives up in North Carolina. He used to live in upstate New York where I lived, and he absolutely loves it down here. And he's fortunate that his dad moved down with him and got an apartment right next door. So the two of them are enjoying the warmer weather and what I like to call the southern hospitality, because I got to tell you, man, people in the South are great. They really are. They're just a whole different type of person. They're a lot of fun. Okay, enough of me rambling on. Let's get on with the task at hand. So let's move out there and install this puppy. Alright, well, it looks like the first step in the process is going to be to remove this regulator, which is the coach regulator. I'm going to make sure my gas is closed, because this way is open and this way is closed clockwise. Alright, now this thread here should be a reverse thread, and I got my handy dandy all-purpose big guy wrench here, and there we go. We loosen that up. It should come out of there pretty easily. Now we're not going to need any tape or anything for these particular fittings that we're working with right now. Okay, there you go. So there's our house regulator. Okay. Woo! Alrighty. Play choo-choo. We got a little propane in there. I wanted to check to see if there was any at all so we could fire something up and see if this works properly. Alright, so this is going to go in here like that, and I think I'm going to angle it down a little bit because, matter of fact, I might angle it down a lot. Well, let's see something here. Do I want it to come up through there? No, I don't like that. No, no, no. So we're going to put it in so that when it's finished, it's going to look like this. And this hose will be able to go in there and the door won't interfere with it, and I'll have a place to tuck it away. This is the part that goes onto the 20-pound tank right here. And that's the main purpose we got this. This, on the other hand, is the hose that's going to go to our accessory if we should so decide to use one. So, enough chin music, let's get this done. Alright, we got that hand tightened, and I think I want it to be right about there. That should give us plenty of room so we don't kink our hose. Actually, how's that look? Even a little better, huh? Alright, let's give that a tighten. And I'm not going to kill it, but I'm not going to leave it loose either. Okay, that should not leak. We're good. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that, right? And then, theoretically, bingo. We put this on here. Sometimes they're a pain in the neck to get started. Now, we could probably use another wrench here to put on there. I don't have one. I think I can keep this from turning by holding it here. And we'll just tighten this up. I know the regulator's turning, but we'll get that where we want it. Okay, that's plenty tight. Yeah, that didn't move. We're good. We're good. We're good. That's it. So we got a little cap here, and if we wanted to put this on a little, let's say we had a little camping stove, and this is the hose that we'd use for our accessory, and you can, as you can see, you can't make a mistake. These are two different ends. Okay. This one here will not leak propane even if there's nothing on the end of it, and neither will this one, because it has to be actuated by that protrusion on this side of the hose. And that's why this is safe compared to what I had done, which I didn't like. And at the end of the, or in the middle of the video, I will show you what I did not like, and dismantled it. So no sense reinventing the wheel when something like this is available. So I'm going to put this cap on. Well, I suppose I could show you where this goes. So this one here screws right onto there when we want to use it. All right, and you could leave it on there if you made some sort of a compartment, or maybe a little place to hang it in here. You don't have to take it off all the time because of the way it's built. And then we'll put this cap on it just to keep any crap from getting into that, safety valve in there. All right, so this is going back in the motorhome in storage until we decide we want to run a camping stove or a propane lantern out here. All right, but I did want to show you how it goes on. Now, this one, and what's nice is this little cap here stays with it. I like that. Bingo. We'll just put our cap back on that one, and that protects that valve also. And they were nice enough to give us some little plastic thing here. Now, we should not, at this point, have any leaks whatsoever. So I'm turning on the gas. And I hear nothing. I smell nothing. We're good. And I am going to get some leak detector or some sudsy water to spray on here. But for now, we're good. And I'm going to shut this off while we do the next step. Okay, now the next hose that we're going to use is this one here. And on this one, this fits right here. Okay, and this is where we'd need two wrenches to hold this one so we don't unscrew it. And basically this would screw into here. It's not a swivel connection, so you kind of got to, you know, turn the whole hose and put that right like that. And then we would tighten that up. It's not saying anything about any tape on this fitting, but if I were to be using it, or if I left this in there permanently, there is a cap that you're supposed to put on it when it's not in use. But I think that eventually when I'm on the road, I'm going to figure out a way to put this in there so that we can store it just like that and not have to do this every time. Okay, but for now, we're going to take it off and reinstall our cap, which is right here. Yeah, it's probably a good idea because, you know, I'm not going to be using the propane here where it is, so no sense leaving stuff out where it can get ruined or even worse, if somebody wants to go to midnight camper supply. And this would go in there nice and easy if it wasn't for that plastic thing screwing me up. So, you know what, that plastic thing might end up someplace where it'll find its way to the landfill. Alright, whew, that thing was bare. And that's it. So we're going to leave that in place. I'm just going to give it a little snug. Not a lot, just a little. And I got way too big a wrench for this, but I'm lazy. I'm not going to go get the other one. And that's it. Just a nice tad snug. All right? Everybody agree with that? We're okay? And that's it, my friends. I mean, that's a real simple installation. Now, there is some propane in the tank. Let's go see if our burners work on a stove. All right, here we are inside. And we're going to turn the gas on. Spark, spark, spark. Look at that. We have burner number 1 on. Try number 1. Another one. Whoo, baby. And that sucker's hot. See if all 3 of them work. Yeah. We're good. Nice. Very nice. We got gas flow. That thing works perfectly. How easy was that to put on? Okay, well that was about the simplest install we've ever done. And again, if you want to buy this thing here, like the one that I just installed, it's the heavy duty 4-port. They make a 3-port. You want the 4-port propane T, okay? And it says Olympian and Camco RV. So I think it's going to work great. As you saw, the stove worked fine, and that's what I'm more interested in than anything. I really think that the problem that people were having where they were opening that 20-pound tank way too fast, because This was built before that safety was like a feature on those poor propane tanks. And since they've put those in, they're a pain. I mean, I don't know if you've ever gone to light your grill. You turn that thing on, nothing happens. You're wondering what's going on, and then somebody tells you, well, you got to open up the valve real slow. So I think that's what was going on there. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to like this. Yep. And I'm going to put my hoses back in because I'm not using it at the moment. But when I am ready to use it, bingo, nothing to it. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got plenty more things we're going to do.